Hi, today we are going to be using my TBR jar to pick out my October TBR. I have this mostly full of prompts that fit the fall Halloween season. It's that time of year, and I want spooky reads, and I have tons of thrillers on this shelf here that I reorganized yesterday. So I don't know exactly how many books I'm going to pick because I picked 8 last month and I didn't finish all of them because I had some really thick reads. So I'm just gonna see how big the first few are and then we'll see how many we pick out. But yeah, let's get started with my TBR jar. Since it's October, therefore Halloween time, I'm dressed up. Very simple costume. But if you can tell who I'm dressed up as, please drop it in the comments below. I'd love to see the guesses. And I'll tell you if you're right. Let's get into our first prompt. Hope it leads me to pick something spooky. Read a witchy book. Okay. I should have a few choices here, so let me see what I got. Okay. I think this counts because it says a nun turned sorceress. And I've been really looking forward to reading this. Okay. That is The Starving Saints by Caitlin Starling. Look at this cover. This is beautiful. This is the Aardvark book box edition. The hardcover is just beautiful too. Let me read the synopsis really quick. Amar Castle has been under siege for 6 months. Food is running low and there has been no sign of rescue. But just as the survivors consider deliberately thinning their number, the castle stores are replenished. The sick are healed, and the divine figures of the Constant Lady and her saints have arrived despite the barricaded gates, offering succor in return for devotion. Soon the entire castle is under the sway of their saviors, partaking in intoxicating feasts of terrible origin. Their war hero, Servine Vaughn, gives her allegiance to the Constant Lady. Rosine, a disorganized paranoid nun turned sorceress, races to unravel the mystery of these new visitors and exonerate her experiments as their source. And in the bowels of the castle, a serving girl, Trila, is torn between her thirst for a secret vengeance and the desperate need to escape the horrors that are unfolding within Amar's walls. As the castle descends into I don't know this word, Bacchanalian madness, forgetting the massed army beyond its walls in favor of hedonistic ecstasy, these 3 women are the only ones to still see their situation for what it is. But they are not immune to the temptations of the castle's new masters or each other, and their shifting alliances and entangled pasts bring violence to the surface. Saving the castle and themselves will take a reimagining of who they are and a reorganization of the very world itself. So I'm so excited I got this prompt. I think sorceress counts for a witchy pick. So yeah, that was gonna be our first pick. I tried a new gel in my hair today, and it just looks like it's wet still, even though I scrunched it out, and it's really way down. So ignore my bad hair day. Let's get into the second pick. Monster, you wanna pick? You wanna pick? Guess not. Our second prompt is going to be a book with leaves on the cover. That's giving very fall. I mean, all of these prompts should give fall, so let's find a book with leaves on the cover. Okay, I actually had so many choices for that one. I had 3 right together that had leaves on them, but I chose this one because I just got it at Barnes & Noble when my mom visited. I showed it in my book haul. This is one I got at Barnes & Noble, and that is Blood on Her Tongue by Joanna Van Veen. And look at these edges. I love. This is a horror novel. The Netherlands, 1887. Lucy's twin sister Sarah is unwell. She refuses to eat, mumbles nonsensically, and is increasingly obsessed with a centuries-old corpse recently discovered on her husband's grand estate. Relatable, right? The doctor has diagnosed her with temporary insanity caused by a fever of the brain. To protect her twin from a terrible fate in a lunatic asylum, Lucy must unravel the mystery surrounding her sister's condition, but it's clear her twin is hiding something. Then again, Lucy is harboring secrets of her own, too. Then the worst happens. Sarah's behavior takes a turn for the strange. She becomes angry and hungry. Lucy soon comes to suspect that something is trying to possess her beloved sister, or is it madness? As Sarah changes before her very eyes, Lucy must reckon with the dark, monstrous truth, or risk losing her forever. And there are leaves on the cover, so it counts. But I almost feel like I'm cheating because I wanted to read this so bad, but I mean, it fits the prompt, so that is our second book for the month. Should we have the cats pick one? Okay, that's not the plan. Oh, is that your pick? Oh, you got a different. Oh, okay, let's do that one. Right there. That took longer than I expected for him to pick, but mostly because Monster kept attacking him, so he was getting scared off. Very rude. But I do have the one picked out here. Our third prompt. Read a debut novel. Ooh, okay. Okay, this is another one that my mom got me at Barnes & Noble that I feel like I'm cheating because I really want to read it, but she hyped this up so much, and it's such a beautiful edition, and that is House of Beast by Michelle Wong. And it says, step into the House of the Beast in this stunning dark fantasy debut from the Legend of Korra graphic novel illustrator Michelle Wong. So she does have graphic novels, but this is her debut of dark fantasy novels. So I think that counts as a debut novel. But I'm just going to give the little synopsis for this one because it's pretty long and I did go through it in my other video. But this is about a young woman who strikes a deal with a mysterious and alluring god to seek revenge on her aristocratic family. And it's featuring illustrations throughout by the author. And this edition is just gorgeous. I showed like all of it in detail in my my haul video. But yeah, I really want to get into this, so I'm gonna pick it if the prompt fits, you know? Why does it feel like cheating picking books I want to read really bad? Our fourth pick. Ooh. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna do this one because it really wants to stick to my pinky. Is a book with a ghost. Okay. I probably have a lot of choices because I have a lot of horror and thriller novels. So let's see. The fourth prompt was a book with a ghost, and I'm pretty sure there's a ghost in this. And that is Carrie Colin's House of Beth. This is another Aardvark edition that I have been waiting to pick up. I'm pretty sure this is a thriller. Says after a heart-wrenching breakup with her girlfriend and a shocking incident at her job, Cassie flees her life as an overworked assistant in New York for her hometown in New Jersey along the Delaware River. There she reconnects with her high school best friend Eli, now a widowed father of two. Their bond reignites, and within a few short months, Cassie is married to Eli, living in his house in the woods, homeschooling the kids and getting to know their reserved neighbor Joan. But Cassie's fresh start is less idyllic than she'd hoped. She grapples with harm OCD, her mind conjuring gory graphic images, and she's afraid that she'll never measure up to Eli's late spouse, who was a committed homemaker and traditional wife. No matter what Cassie does best, shadow still permeates every corner of their home. Soon, Cassie starts hearing a voice narrating the house's secrets. As she listens, the voice grows stronger, guiding Cassie down a path to uncover the truth about Beth's untimely death. So I'm pretty sure Eli's ex-wife in this is a ghost. I'm not positive, obviously, because I haven't read it, but I think it fits the prompt. So that is our fourth pick of the month. I'm really excited for the stack we have so far. It's all like horror thriller, which is what I wanted. Our fifth prompt: a story where magic plays a part. I think I have one in mind. Another one that was in my haul video. You know, that's where most of my TBR is right now because it was like 30 books. So, but that's All Our Hidden Gifts by Caroline O'Donoghue. And this is about Maeve Chambers, who finds a dusty pack of tarot cards at school and soaks up the celebrity that comes from giving eerily accurate readings to her classmates. There's one person whose attention she can't capture, though, her former best friend, Lily O'Callaghan, whom she betrayed last year in an act that still makes Maeve cringe. When Lily is finally goaded into sitting for a reading, she selects a card that shouldn't be there at all. 2 days later, she disappears. Consumed by guilt, Maeve teams up with beautiful, sophisticated classmate Fiona and sexy, mysterious Ro, Lily's older sibling, to try to find her lost friend. But as the three combine their natural talents to bring Lily back, they must face the dark forces keeping her trapped before she is lost forever. And I feel like this really fits the month because tarot cards, I mean, I use tarot cards all year long. I love tarot cards. I'm still learning. Sounds like it involves magic. So I think that fits the prompt. And I love this cover so much. Let us get into the sixth pick and we'll see how many more we want to do. Okay, our sixth prompt. A book with a black cat on the cover. I have at least one. Oh no, I have two that I know of. So let's see. The one I am gonna go with that has a black cat on the cover is The Last House on Needless Street by Katrina Ward. Got a black cat right there. And I've had this one forever. It's been hidden in my, not hidden, but it's been in my book closet. And I don't even remember exactly what this is about, but I think it's maybe horror. Let's see. It says, in a boarded up house on a dead end street at the edge of the wild Washington woods lives a family of three: a teenage girl who isn't allowed outside, not after last time, a man who drinks alone in front of his TV, trying to ignore the gaps in his memory, and a house cat who loves napping and reading the Bible. So the cat's involved, so I think that makes the pick even better. An unspeakable secret binds them together, but when a new neighbor moves in next door, what is buried among the birch trees may come to haunt them all. That actually sounds really good. I don't know why I haven't picked this one up yet, because I've had it for years and years and years. So thank God this is finally gonna be read. And that is our sixth pick. I feel like I want to do at least two more, because I don't know, I feel like I'm gonna get through these fast. I don't know why I'm thinking that, because I didn't finish last month's, which I will talk about in my wrap-up video. I think I didn't finish two of the books. But like I said, they were all really long books. Not all, but like a lot of them are really long, so. And I was busy. My mom and grandma visited for a week, and I didn't read much that week, so here we are. Our seventh prompt is a book set in a forest or countryside. I think this counts. And it is another Aardvark book box pick that I've been waiting to read, and that's The Hounding by Kanobe Purvis, I think. I just love the cover on this. Let's read what it's about. Ooh, it says the Crucible meets the Virgin Suicides. I like that. Even before the rumors about the Mansfield girls begin, Little Nettlebed is a village steeped in the uncanny, from strange creatures that wash up on the riverbank to portentous ravens gathering on the roofs of people about to die. But when the villagers start to hear barking and one claims to see the Mansfield sisters transformed before his very eyes, allegations spark fascination and fear like nothing has before. The truth is that though these inhabitants of Little Nettlebed have never much like the Mansfield girls, a little odd, think some, a little high on themselves, perhaps. They've always had plenty to say about them, as the rotating and frequently conflicting perspectives of 5 villagers quickly make clear now is no expectation. Even if local belief in witchcraft is waning, an aversion to difference is as widespread as ever, and these narratives all point to the same ultimate conclusion. Something isn't right in Little Nettlebed, and the sisters will be the ones to pay for it. Let's pick an 8th prompt. I want to do a lot because, like, these are just fall prompts. I want to get to them. This one once picked a book that's trending this fall. Lately, I've seen this all over TikTok, and this is the copy I've had since childhood because I have read this before, and I love the movie, and that is Coraline by Neil Gaiman. And this one has illustrations. It says by Dave McKean. And what screams Halloween more than Coraline? Tell me. And I just love this cover too. It's spooky. And since I haven't read it since childhood, I don't really remember the book all that well. I mostly just remember the movie. So I am definitely going to dive into this. And it's pretty short. So I feel like that's good because we could probably add at least one more book to the TBR. Do we need the synopsis? I'll give it to you anyway. In Coraline's family's new flat are 21 windows and 14 doors. 13 of the doors open and close. The 14th is locked, and on the other side is only a brick wall until the day Coraline unlocks the door to find a passage to another flat in another house just like her own. Only it's different. At first, things seem marvelous. In the other flat, the food was better, the toy boxes filled with wind-up angels that flutter around the bedroom, books whose pictures writhe and crawl and shimmer, little dinosaur skulls that chattered their teeth. But there's another mother and another father, and they want Coraline to stay with them and be their little girl. They want to change her and never let her go. Other children are trapped there as well, lost souls behind the mirrors. Coraline is their only hope of rescue. She will have to fight with all of her wits and all the tools she can find if she is to save the lost children, her ordinary life, and herself. So I'm sure most people know what it's about, but I actually am very excited to read this, and I think it is trending because I just keep seeing it all over TikTok. Should we go crazy and go for 10 books? October is the 10th month, 10 books. I feel like it makes sense. I think we should do it. The 9th prompt is a story taking place in a cabin. I originally thought I was gonna go with Kill Creek by Scott Thomas because I thought that was a cabin, but just keep saying it's a haunted house on a countryside, so I don't know if that counts. But this one literally says it takes place in a cabin, and that is The Shuddering by Anaya Alborn. And it looks very bloody. This one says they only come when it snows and nobody ever gets away. A group of close friends gathers at a secluded cabin. There you go. In the wintry mountains of Colorado for a final holiday hurrah. Instead, it may be their last stand. First, a massive blizzard leaves them marooned, then the more chilling realization something is lurking in the woods, watching them, waiting. Now, a weekend of family, friends, and fun has turned into a test of love and loyalty in the face of inhuman horrors. The only hope for those huddled inside is to fight tooth and nail, bullet and blade for their lives. Otherwise, they'll end up like the monster's other victims, bright pools of blood on glittering snow, screams lost in the vast mountains. And that is The Shuddering. That sounds really interesting. This was also in my haul video. Let's do a 10th pick. I hope we get something really good. I want something really spooky, fall vibes, Halloween vibes. So let's see if we can get a prompt that fits that. Oh, y'all really had to do this to me. Okay, okay. I see how it is. Mom, if you're watching this, which I know you are, read a Stephen King book. Okay, I have some history with Stephen King, but not really. My mom is the biggest Stephen King fan ever. I'm pretty sure she's read like every single one of his books besides, I think, his newest one. And she has wanted me to read him for years. I have a copy of it, but I'm scared of clowns, so I've been very hesitant to read that. So I'm gonna see if I can find something on my Kindle that's maybe a lighter step into the Stephen King world. Okay, this one's on Kindle Unlimited and has a ton of reviews and 4.5 stars. So I think I'm gonna do this. And that is Stephen King's The Outsider. Okay, it says an 11-year-old boy's violated corpse is discovered in a town park. Eyewitnesses and fingerprints point unmistakably to one of Flint City's most popular citizens, Terry Maitland, Little League coach, English teacher, husband, and father of two girls. Detective Ralph Anderson, whose son Maitland once coached, orders a quick and very public arrest. Maitland has an alibi, but Anderson and the district attorney soon have DNA evidence to go with the fingerprints and witnesses. Their case seems ironclad. As the investigation expands and horrifying details begin to emerge, King's story kicks into high gear, generating strong tension and almost unbearable suspense. Terry Maitland, I think, seems like a nice guy, but is he wearing another face? When the answer comes, it'll shock you as only Stephen King can. Okay, that's our 10th novel, The Outsider by Stephen King, and I'm sure my mom will be very happy that I'm reading this. Right, Monster? You say hi? Okay, those are my picks for October. For my TBR jar, I'm really excited. We got a lot of good stuff that I wanted to read, some things I didn't expect to read anytime soon, but I'm glad I'm going to. If you enjoyed the video, I would appreciate if you leave a like, maybe subscribe. Also, comment down below if you have guessed what my costume is. You know, it's very simple, so I think a lot of people will get it. But yeah, thank you for watching and have a great fall.